Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kathy with More Fun with Felt, and today I am reviewing this needle felting kit from Heidi Feathers. They were gracious enough to send it to me and ask me to review it. So I thought it would be a great way to see if it's really beginner friendly and worth the money. So in this video, I am going to show you what comes inside. I'll walk you through my experience of making different projects, and then I'll share the results, some pros and cons, and whether I would recommend it or not. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Here's the kit. Let's open it up. It's beautiful, by the way. You can see this is just an absolutely beautiful box, and you could probably end up cutting this up and using it like in an altered book or a journal, something like that, or even just to keep supplies in. It's a beautiful box. So first I'll show you a picture on the screen of what the kit looks like when you very first get it. I've already made several 2D pictures with it, so mine is a little bit used, and that's okay because I can't review it unless I use it, right? So let's just sort of look at the things that are in the kit to begin with. You get this foam block, and it's a really nice dense foam block. I'll go over my review of that in a little while. And then you also get 3 sheets of this backing. Now, I have made already some pictures. So I have used and cut up this backing. So, but you do get 3 full sheets of it. It's a square, it's a solid square. So I was able to really utilize that, and I'll even be able to still use this to make smaller pictures. So it's a really nice wool backing. You get these beautiful colors. I'm just going to spread these out for you and let you see these absolutely gorgeous colors. This is merino. When I got it, it was all separated. Like I said, I've been using it. But look how beautiful these colors are. That was the very first impression for me, is I was just absolutely taken back by how pretty these colors are. They are gorgeous. This one, oh, this is a blended. I blended that one. Yeah, so you can see, and I've already used quite a bit, and this is how much I have left. Probably the one that I have least of is white. So, but all of them, they go really, really far. Okay, so those are the colors. Let me just set these aside for you. And again, I'll show them up on the screen as well so that you can really see the different colors. They don't list the actual names of the colors, so that is one thing that I wish that they had done, was to list them so that if I really loved a color and I wanted to go back to their website, I could actually purchase that specific color and know I'm getting the right thing. So that would be a very big help. The other thing that came in the list, or excuse me, that came in the kit was some instructions, and then also just some ideas about their other products that you can purchase, a discount code, and here's the instructions for the kit. So first off, everything looked really professional. It was packaged very well. I felt like it was organized, and they gave you everything, all the basics that you would need. Of course, you have to add in, you know, some extra, like I used scissors, and by my third project, I tried to do my first couple without a punching tool or any other needles brought in, but I did end up using a punching tool on my third project. So another thing that comes in the kit are these 2 finger guards. They're very nice. I have larger fingers, and it's normally hard for me to fit my fingers in. So I actually can get my fingers in these. And I'm sure if I trimmed that just a little bit, I could probably get my finger all the way up in there. But yeah, my thumb fits well in this, and the finger guards are a really nice leather. So it does come with that. That's really good, little finger protectors. You get this 3-needle pen. It's very much like my Clover pen tool. It's almost the same thing. Only it does have 3 of their triangle needles in it. This is another part to the kit that I wish was a little different. I don't know what 3 needles these are. So I'm guessing just by the look at them that they're 38s and the way that they felt while I was felting. I think that they're 38s, but I wasn't sure. So you get that. Then you also get this 2D mix of needles in this nice little protective cover. Pull these out for you. So these are their needles. I was really, really excited to get to actually try their needles. I've heard so many great things about them. And it was definitely worth the wait. They're very, very good needles. Very durable. They're strong. And what they gave me in the kit was 2 38 needles, 2 40 needles, and 2 42 gauge needles. They were a mixture between triangle needles and also some twisted. And just a really good selection that you're going to get when you buy this kit. They give you this little cheat sheet for the needles, and they tell you what they're, each used for, which is really great. I really believe in that because I actually did a whole video on how to use the needles and what they're used for and that kind of thing. So it's good that they do that for you. And this is the tutorial that I made about the felting needles. Go ahead and be sure to check that out in my playlist, and I'll try to link it up at the end of this video as well. It's super, super helpful. So before I started, I did read through the instructions. They were very clear. They were beginner friendly. I don't really feel like they were confusing in any spots at all. It's a really good overview of how to use everything in the kit. And, they explain to you, like this is another thing that comes in the kit, which is the transfer pen. So they explain to you how to use the transfer pen. There was a little video that I watched, which was great. And they also, I forgot to mention this, give you a handle. I like how they feel in my hand, so I haven't used the handle yet. But overall, it does feel like something that you could dive into pretty quickly. Even if you're brand new to needle felting, this is a really great kit to start with because it's up to you and your imagination what you do. One thing I want to point out is that it's not a specific project. So it doesn't say, here's a landscape and you're going to do a landscape. Basically, they give you the tools to do everything that you need to do. And then you figure out what you want to do and you make your own projects. So at first I was really like, oh no, I've never done 2D felting before. So I really wanted, some guidance on what colors to put where and that kind of thing. But I will tell you, I went online. I found some pictures. I'll just show you some of the pictures that I printed out. I haven't done these yet. But like this this was my first one that I did. I think it went really well, actually. So I was able to just take a picture that I really wanted to try, and I was able to just take the coloring, and from what I've learned from watching, I've watched a lot of Serafina Fiber Art on her 2D, and my mother was also a brilliant oil paint artist. So I watched her for years, like layering colors and that kind of thing. And it really is like painting with wool. Here's an overview of how I did the bunny. I got him with the transfer pen on the felt and then ironed that down so that I could have a guide. And then I went in with the background colors and then started shading the darker colors on his face and body. And then came in with the lighter colors like the pinks and the purples and the beiges, and just kept filling it in and following the picture. Here is the finished result. I was very happy with him, and there's some of the colors I used. This was the back of the picture when I pulled it off. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video, just to give you my review on the actual felting mat that came with the kit. But overall, I absolutely love how it turned out, and I hope you guys do too. I do intend on teaching you how to do a 2D picture very similar to this. I did figure out, some little tips and tricks along the way. And I'll teach you that in the tutorial as well when I teach this, how to do this. And so let's go over the quality of materials. So the wool itself is just so soft. It's so easy to felt. And the colors, like I said, are absolutely beautiful. They don't, I can lay these right next to each other and they're not really blending together. They're staying separate, which is great. Now I can't rough them up. I mean, I'm very gentle with them. I can't rough them up, but they don't like all blend together like an alpaca would. If I had alpaca in here, it would definitely get all over the place. So these are it's just a really nice little section of merino, and you can keep them in here. You can keep them in the plastic bags, or you can store them like I'm storing them, and they're not going to all blend together, which makes it really nice. So the needles were also a really great quality. Like I said, they were strong, very durable. They felted very, very well, and I highly recommend their needles. Just because they were surprisingly good for the price that they cost on their website. So this kit actually costs, in the UK, the price is $32.99 for this, and that translates to $44.02 as of our current exchange rates. And I got that from the GBP currency rate today website. So if you were to go purchase this right now, it's $44.02 in America. In the UK, it's $32.99. Is it worth it? Yes, I believe it's completely worth it, because this is going to last me a very long time. I have to say, like, just in this blending, let's just look at this blending here. I was able to pull off just little wisps. This is the blend for the whiskers and the ears. And I was able to just pull little wisps like this, lay them down, and felt them. And this wool is going to go a very long way. Now, you'll need to buy more of this, of course. And that's not a big deal, because you can get that at Hobby Lobby. I got this one, and you can see right here, 25 cents each. So that's not a big deal. Here's some of the other ones that I have done. I did this little puppy. He was the last one that I did, and he's actually the reason that I had to pull this clover pen tool out. I did him, but because I really needed it to be more of I almost did like a 3D on top of the felted wool on top of this. I needed it to be a little more 3D, so I used, the black that I used was actually carded wool. It was a black carded wool from Living Felt. So all the other colors that I used on him, and I'll show you a picture. I already gave him away as a gift. But all the other colors I used were from this kit. And I think that's okay. This is a basis for you to mix and match, right? So once you, I wanted to be true to the kit just so that I could give it a good review. So I didn't use anything besides what was in the kit for my first couple of pictures. But then I started mixing and matching. This is another one I want to do. He's so cute too. Like, I could actually show you guys how to do this one too. One or the other, I don't know. I'll pick one. Or you tell me in the comments, which one do you want to see? This first one or this second one? 1, 2. Let me know. And I'll be happy to do whatever the majority says. It's fine with me either way. It's just as much fun. So, and then I did this, I think it turned out really beautiful, and it gives you a chance to really see the colors. But I did this octopus for my niece, and I already gave that away as well because it was for her birthday. But I was able to do that, and I just purchased the art for that on an Etsy shop. And then I downloaded that, and I got like maybe 7 octopus pictures that I can do in the future. So I can even, I'll link her Etsy shop for you as well, so that you can go and purchase those as well if you want to try to do this. But, you know, again, I learned so much. I'm going to teach you the techniques that I learned when I do the tutorial. So I think my favorite out of all of them that I did was the octopus. But I really do love the bunny as well. I just happen to have a thing for bunnies. I own one that you've probably seen in some of my videos. But I really loved how the octopus turned out. So bright and colorful. So who is this kit for? I think that this kit is basically for whether you are a beginner, it's perfect for you, because there's so many colors and so much imagination that you can use to make your 2D pictures. But also, if you're like me and you've been felting for years, this kit's good for you as well, because number one, if you've only done 3D like me, it's gonna take you to a whole new dimension. You're gonna go from 3D to 2D, and you're gonna realize that you can do it. I actually used to be afraid to pick up a needle and do 2D pictures. I don't know why. I just was afraid, because it seems more like painting, and I'm really not a painter. But if you just follow a picture step by step, it's so doable. And you also get, for that money that you're spending on this kit, you get all these amazing tools. So you get the transfer pen, you get the needles, 6 of them, you get a needle holder, you get this durable pad, you know, and you get the 9-inch by 9-inch sheets of wool, these sheets. And so, yeah, is it worth the money? It most definitely is. It really is. Now, my only complaint on the kit I do want to share with you is that, like, you can see this divot here in the felted pad. This divot is from the eye of the octopus, and this divot is from the eye of the rabbit. So that is one thing that I've noticed. I know these things are not meant to last forever, but I've only done 4 pictures, and this, you know, big chunks of this came off on the back. And then what I had to do was come in here, and you can actually still see, you can see the chunks. See? And so I had to actually come in here and cut them off. And I don't know, like I said, this is my first time doing 2D. I don't know if that's normal or not. You guys can let me know that in the comments as well. But I just thought that was a little strange, like for mounting it and stuff, it would have put a little bulge in the eye. So I did have to go in and cut those out. And I do feel like this isn't going to last that long. It makes me feel like it's thick and, you know, it's really a good feel when you felt on it. However, I don't think it's as durable as it should be. So that's really the only complaint that I have about this entire kit. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go over the pros and cons. So for pros, they way outweigh the cons. The needles are absolutely amazing. The wool was fabulous. Beautiful colors, easy to felt with. The wool is also going to last you for a very, very long time. It's very easy to work with. These 2D pictures are much easier to do than I expected. The kit is for absolutely everyone, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned felter, you're going to love it. You get so many tools and they're amazing. The value is great and you get to use your imagination. There's only a few cons, and really, I wish the colors were labeled. And I also wished that the needles in the pen tool were labeled. And the last thing, which we just spoke about, was the felting mat, just that it got damaged with only 3 or 4 pictures. I wish that it would have maybe lasted a little bit longer, but I think I can still get at least maybe 5 or 6 more pictures out of it. So those are your pros and cons. Otherwise, I give it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I go to a 9 is just because of this. And that's it. So I hope that this review was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments any questions that I may not have answered about the kit. I am going to leave all of the links to get the kit and any of the supplies at Heidi Feathers in the description of the video. So please head over there. Check it out. Check out their entire website. It's a really great website to visit. And I will have to say a huge thank you to Heidi Feathers for allowing me the opportunity to review this kit for you. It was superb, and I thank you so much for the opportunity to do this. Lots and lots of fun. And now I can say that I'm a 2D felter as well as a 3D felter. So if you want to follow me, you can find me on Facebook. It's More Fun with Felt with spaces in between. Also, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, and like and share if you can. It really, really helps. I'm also accepting super thanks now, so if you want to throw some my way, it just helps me to be able to purchase more materials to teach you more things. And otherwise, I thank you for stopping by today, for visiting with me, and checking out my review of this fabulous Heidi Feathers kit. Thank you guys, and you have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.